to the very first online tutorial from EnglishTeacher.com. This tutorial is called 5 of the biggest mistakes in English, and it's loosely based on a couple of my books. This is one of them, How to Improve Your English in 100 Easy Tips. There's another one over there, 250 of the biggest mistakes you can make. What I'm going to try and do in this tutorial is to teach you how to avoid making mistakes simply by following rules. Now, most people make mistakes because either A, they don't know the rules, or B, they don't follow the rules. And that's what I'm going to try and teach you today. I'm going to try and teach you some what I call golden rules, which should help you to avoid making these kinds of mistakes in the future. So let's go to, first of all, number 5.
Number 5. Say or tell.
Say or tell. The question is, when do I say and when do I say tell? And for this one, there is a very simple rule. You say something in general. For example, Paul said hello. Steve said he was tired. But you tell someone something. That means if there's two people in the conversation, if there's somebody at the beginning and the end of the sentence, you tell someone something. So for example, Paul told me he'd got a new job. Or Steve told everybody it was time to go. And that basically is the golden rule. And if you follow that 99% of the time, you should be okay. So remember, you say something in general, but you tell someone something.
Number 4. Do or make.
So when do I say do and when do I say make? The problem with this word is that in German there's the word machen, and a lot of people translate this word into make, and it's wrong. Now the golden rule here is that you use the word do for anything connected with work. And I'm going to put some sentences on the screen now to show you what I mean. So all those words, all those sentences are do related, okay? So you do your job, you do your work, you do some gardening, for example. Make is used for producing things. For example, if you're in the kitchen, then you would use make. For example, you're making a cake, you're making a sandwich, you're making a pizza. If you talked about, for example, across the road, there's a factory, they make cars. And that is, make is used for producing things. And that basically is the rule to follow. Do your work, anything related with work, and make is used for producing things.
Number 3. Look or watch.
Look or watch. When do I use those words? Once again, there's a very basic rule that you have to follow, and if you follow this simple rule, the basic rule, you should be correct nearly every time. And the basic rule is I look at something for a very short space of time. For example, at the moment I'm looking in the camera. If I look out of the window, I can see that the weather's very nice today. I can look at my watch to see what time it is. It's about 10 to 1. And that basically is the rule. I look at something for a very short time. Watch is something that you do for a long time. Watch is something that you have to concentrate on. And normally watch is you have to go somewhere to do it. For example, if you want to watch a ice hockey game, you have to travel and go to the stadium. If you want to watch a game of football, for example, you would have to go to the stadium. At home, you would sit down, you would concentrate, and you would have to sit down and concentrate and watch a film or a DVD. And watch is something that you do for a longer period of time. And that basically is how easy it is. You look at something for a short period of time and you watch something for a long period of time.
Number 2. Pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Now even the word is difficult to pronounce, isn't it? And in English we have a lot of words, a lot of letters and things that are very difficult to pronounce. For example, we've got the very famous TH, the, where you stick your tongue out. We also have letters like V and W, which cause confusion, like the white village, for example. But today I'm going to look at something completely different. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some sentences now on the screen, and I want you to take a few seconds to pronounce these sentences out loud. So, did you notice anything in common with all those sentences? Well, they all have words that contain silent letters. Now, what is a silent letter? A silent letter is something that you can see on the screen or you can see on the page, but you don't hear it. And it's very important when you learn a new word in English to find out not only how to use the word, but also you have to know how to pronounce it. Now I can only compare this with, for example, if you're learning German. If you learn a new word, you have to learn, is it der, is it die or das? And it's the same in English. If you learn a new word, learn how to use it, but also you must learn how to pronounce it, because there are lots of silent letters. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the sentences back on the screen, and we're going to look at the pronunciation, we're going to look at the words, and we're also going to look at the silent letters themselves.
The boy is climbing up the hill. Climbing, not climbing. Silent B. Would you like a salmon sandwich? Salmon, not Salmon. It's a silent L. I hate garden gnomes. Gnomes, not gnomes. Silent G. Keep calm. Calm, not calm. A silent L. I love palm trees. Palm, not palm. A silent L. He lives like a king in a big castle. Castle, not castle. It's a silent T. That sword is sharp. Sword, not sword. Silent W. Poor Bob's got pneumonia. Pneumonia. A silent P. Number 1. Avoiding direct translation.
And we come to the last category, avoiding direct translation. Now this is always a big problem when you translate your own language directly into English. Okay? And it causes a lot of problems, and normally it's wrong. And what I've done today, I've chosen 5 classic examples of direct translations which are wrong. I'm going to put these on the screen and you can hear them.
Wir sehen uns morgen. We see us tomorrow. Ich bin gut in Badminton. I'm good in Badminton. Ich wohne in der Nähe von Köln. I live in the near of Cologne. Ich habe heute Geburtstag. I have birthday today. Ich bin seit 3 Stunden hier. I am here since 3 hours.
Okay, let's go through those. Wir sehen uns. We see us is don't say it. The golden rule, I can give you a little tip. Use the word you. You can say see you. See you tomorrow. You can say that to one person, you can say that to 2 people, you can say that to a crowd of 30 people. You can say, okay, see you tomorrow. That is the easiest way of avoiding this direct translation mistake. Yeah? Don't say we see us. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? The next one is also a big problem. Good in something. No, you're good at something. That's what you have to remember. And the two important things to remember here is you can say I'm good at something or I'm good at doing something. For example, you can say I'm good at tennis or I'm good at playing tennis. Don't forget to use the ing form of that verb. Okay, so remember, you're either good or you're bad at something. Ich wohne in der Nähe von. Boah. And people say I live in the near of. All too much. Simple rule, all you need is the word near. That's all you need, nothing else. I live near Cologne. He lives near the zoo. I live near work. That's how easy it is. Just use the word near and you'll always be right. I live near my mother, for example. Ich habe Geburtstag. You can't translate that into I have birthday. It is your birthday. And that is how to use it. It is my birthday today. It was my birthday last week. That's how you use it. It's so simple. You don't have a birthday in English. It is your birthday. And if you're talking, of course, in the past, it was my father's birthday on Saturday. Not the birthday of my father, but that's another tale, isn't it? So remember, you don't have a birthday, it is your birthday or it was your birthday. Okay, and I've saved the most difficult one until last. I am here since 3 hours or whatever it is you want to say is completely wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because this needs the present perfect, and the present perfect is something I'll be looking at in future tutorials. It's very difficult. But basically, if you're in a situation that started in the past and you're still in that situation, then you would need have been. For example, I have been here for 3 hours. Another good tip is for or since. You use since when you talk about a particular time in the past. For example, I've been here since 2 o'clock. You use for is a period of time. I've been here for 2 hours. And that's the easiest way to do it. So that brings us to the end of the very first tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. And if you have enjoyed it, you can join me for my next tutorial, which is 5 tips which will immediately improve your English, slightly. I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. Okay, bye bye.